Okidoki. I really should have learned my lesson from Odd Taxi, judging an anime by how it looks and tossing it aside to watch something else. What is it with childish art styles and amazing stories? Ranking of Kings, or Ousama Ranking, is a show I definitely slept on, only realizing that I probably should have not missed it because people just wouldn't shut up about it. Now that I've watched it, I completely understand why it's rising up the ranks. Basic synopsis. Bocchi is the prince of the Boss Kingdom, a peaceful and happy land. Born without the ability to hear nor speak, Bocchi has lived most of his life being looked down upon and pitied. However, Bocchi has big dreams, become the best king for his people, and strives to stand strong against the constant jeering and try to improve himself. A chance meeting with a shadow creature called Kage begins the story of Bocchi's journey towards achieving his desires. I won't be going into spoilers, but I do think it's another one of those shows you should go in as blind as possible. Definitely feel free to stop this video at any point if you feel like you want to watch it first. I hope you will come back when you finish, but for all the rest of you, if you understand, let's continue. I already saw the comparison before, but to make it again, Ranking of Kings is pretty similar to Mob Psycho 100, where it has a simplistic art style that allows for it to push its animation to the limit. I did check out some of the early chapters, and it definitely reminds me of One's drawings, although I think with this one, it's definitely aiming for that childlike Ghibli design on purpose. Some of the scenes in the anime, from the action to even comedic moments, get these beautiful spikes of fluidity that really adds a lot of bite to the moment. And there's definitely a lot more comparisons you can make to Mob Psycho 100, which I won't go into too much. The characters also have a lot of care and nuance put into them. At first you feel like you understand the one or two quirks that make up this person, but Ranking of Kings has some surprisingly normal characters. They aren't really that cartoonish compared to other anime characters you see, and they all feel like people you might meet day to day if you guys actually touched grass. One detail I especially like is how Bocchi, who can read lips, can understand everyone except for the underworld soldiers, who all wear helmets that cover their face. Kage has to translate every time they interact with these soldiers. It's details like this that really show how much care was put into these characters. However, a lot of these characters do commit atrocious acts. Whether following someone else's orders or chasing their own selfish desires, you'll look at some of them and probably view them as irredeemable. But these characters aren't just black and white. I'm constantly having my perspective turned 180 across the run of this show. I think I've read someone to be a good person, then I realize they're absolute scum before flip-flopping back and being wary of this unknown entity, because the show is amazing at recontextualizing every character. Almost every antagonist has a moment that makes you want to bawl your eyes out for them and just give them the hug they so rightfully deserve. And when it's constantly playing with your expectations when it comes to who to trust, it allows for the theorists to get those brain cogs turning. I'm sure I would have enjoyed it a lot more had I watched it while airing, but even reading through comments of what everyone's guesses are to what's to come adds a lot of enjoyment to the experience, and definitely doesn't take away that I didn't watch this live. You want to discuss and argue with others about how the story is going to unfold and which characters we have to watch out for. It's hard to think of another series that has invested me in the world in recent time. Wanting to watch another episode after episode so I can uncover the conspiracy. I thought that I would never forgive some of these characters for the acts we see them do, and believe me, some terrible sins are committed in these 21 episodes. And that's a natural feeling to have when you see some of these atrocities. But Ranking of Kings portrays them as they are. People who have done terrible things, but still people nonetheless. It helps that we aren't just brushing over their crimes. While lesser shows might have let them off easy and forgave them, Ranking of Kings pushes these characters to work for their forgiveness, and it turns what I often see as shallow writing in other shows into a long and arduous journey towards redemption. One final thing, they don't actually get into the Ranking of Kings, the actual title of the show, except for what we can gather from Common Sense and the Rainbow Pointy Hats. Basically, every king is placed in a ranking system, obvious, and the first ranked king can take a treasure from the Divine Treasure Vault, filled with many powerful magical relics. Every king who has taken a treasure has gone mad because of it, for unknown reasons. We see it get teased near the end, and I've seen theories over what it actually is, but it's mostly left in the background as we focus on the conspiracy of the Boss Kingdom. It's crazy to think that there might possibly be even more stuff we have yet to see, and I haven't read the manga to confirm, but I do hope there's more to this, along with characters like Orkin and many other things. Ranking of Kings is an amazing show, and I can't wait to see if there's more in store when I pick up the manga. I know it was going to be good coming into it, but I was still blown away by how it sucked me in. At the time of me writing this, however, the volumes on Bookwalker are all being retranslated, so I'm gonna have to wait a little before reading. Ah well, I'm sure it's going to be worth the wait. Thanks for watching. I'd love to see your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more content. Let me know if there's something you would like me to cover. I like talking about anything that interests me. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you all have a good rest of your day.